What's good, y'all, and welcome to Rosemary Radio, our weekly, bi-weekly, whenever we feel like it, video podcast hosted exclusively on our YouTube channel, where we discuss everything we loved and everything we hated since the last time that we recorded. I am joined for the first time on this show by Casey Waltz. Casey, it's the return of the morning brew, except it's 2:33 in the afternoon. What the fuck is up? Dr. Pepper boy.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Doctor, dude. Is that what you call it? You call it Diet Doctor?
I call it the Diet Dr. Pepper. It's just Dr. Pepper, but I go to him for my diets. You know, he's my nutritionist.
What do you think Diet Dr. Pepper got their name from? Has anybody looked into that? Was there an actual doctor?
No, I have not looked into that. I know it has 23 flavors of goodness.
Name all 23. Go.
I don't even know.
Aspartame.
Cherry's probably one of them.
A pharmacist named Charles Alderton created Dr. Pepper in 1885. Alderton worked at a drugstore in Waco, Texas, owned by Wade Morrison. Legend has it that Morrison named it Dr. Pepper after the father of a young girl he was once in love with.
It wasn't he wasn't like used as like a cure-all at first.
Nah, dude, he just
created it as a beverage. It was created as a beverage, is what they're saying. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not curing any.
Because that's what I heard is like it was created as a cure-all. So when I heard it was even created as a pharmacist created it, I was like, I expected it to go down that route even more.
You thought the rumors were going to be true?
Yeah.
Yeah, no such thing. No such thing.
I'm glad that you read about it, though. I can see where people would be like, "Oh, he created," and no, he just created it as a beverage.
Yeah,
he was just a pharmacist creating it,
and he named it after somebody he had the hots for. I wonder if they ended up together. Probably not, because it would have said like his future wife. I think it was just unrequited love. Unrequited love, dog.
You do a lot for unrequited love.
For me, it's just a one-man cult.
Dr. Pepper. Guy created Dr. Pepper. Vincent Van Gogh cut off his ear. You do a lot for unrequited love, you know?
That's true, dude. That's true. Put it in a box.
I don't want to know what I'm going to do later down the line for unrequited love, so...
Casey, today is National Eat Your Beans Day. You gonna eat those beans, dude? You gonna eat those beans today?
Beans are good. I don't know if I'm gonna eat them today. I don't know if I'm gonna eat them.
What's your preferred bean, dog? You're at Chipotle, you know what I mean? And they give you your protein first, and then they go beans. What are you picking?
If I have to pick beans out of it, it's probably like black beans.
Black beans, yeah, all day, dude.
Yeah, all day.
I mean, unless it's like no. You know what I mean? Sure. Like you get those frozen burritos. They have the refried beans in them. Like that's different for me.
Refried beans are fucking awful.
No, they're not.
You take beans and you refry them. Fucking terrible.
They look like dog food, but they taste great.
They taste like dog food too. They look like dog food and they taste like dog food. You take anything and you refry it, automatically tastes bad. I don't know what it is.
Are they really called refried beans because they're even like are they even frying those fucking beans?
I think they were once fried and then it
looks like they're just mashed.
They were refried.
But mashed beans just didn't sound good, so they just called
they just mash them while they're frying them. You know, they're already cooked. They're just re-cooking them. That's what I took from it. You know, why would you call something refried if it's not re-fucking fried?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like something's fried. You'd have like flakies in there, you know? You'd have like the crusties, the good stuff.
The crusties from what? A pan?
Yeah, no. I mean, like when you fries, like I'm thinking like deep fried, I guess. But take
the iron chips off the pan when you fry.
Yeah, I'm talking like listen. So you take all the beans, right? you know how, and you take like your breadcrumbs and you roll the wet beans around in the breadcrumbs. You drop them into a deep fryer. That's what I'm saying. You drop them into a deep fryer. You fry those beans, but then you mash them and then you re-fry them.
They could do that. They could do that. I know nothing about cooking or the culinary arts, so like I have no fucking clue.
And we're sitting here on the internet. We just looked up who made Dr. Pepper, but like I could have Googled this 5 minutes ago and we didn't need to have this conversation, but no. We'll leave that one up for a mystery.
I feel like if you're going to call something refried beans, it's probably refried, you know? Why would you call something refried? Why don't you just call it fried beans at that point?
I don't know. Somebody write in.
Maybe you do. Maybe instead of like using them over again, like you were saying, you just fry them twice. You know.
Maybe
you fry them and then refry.
They just don't taste fried. They're mushy. Fried things aren't mushy. Fried things are crunchy.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. It's an opposite texture. God damn it! I'm looking it up, aren't I? Give me a second.
But
why are they
like you could mush them? You could.
All right, here we go. I got the answer.
If there's nothing to do with refried in that definition, I've lost faith.
Refried doesn't mean the beans have been fried twice. The word comes from the Spanish name for the dish, frijoles refritos. In Spanish, refritos means well fried.
What the fuck? Are American? What the fuck? I'm kind of over like Americans taking stuff and then like not understanding what they're talking about, and then like I come into my life and just think refried beans means refried.
Frijoles refritos means well-fried beans. It is fair to say, however, that although they are not fried twice, they are cooked twice. To make a refried beans, you soak beans for around 8 hours and cook them in water, usually with onion, until soft. This is the first cooking. Then they are mashed and fried with lard until almost dry. So they are cooked twice. They are not fried twice. It's just a language thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Americans need to take their language and like maybe specify a little bit more instead of just making like a name.
We just like Americans just took it and just mucked it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were like, let's make a name out of it. Let's call it refried beans. Like, no, it's not fried. It's not refried. It's only fried once. Actually,
why can't we just call it by its like actual name? Like we still call quesadillas. We still call I don't know, other like Mexican dishes by their names. Why did we take that one and been refried beans? Like
or
just the South, dude. It was the Confederates.
Recooked beans.
I don't know what year that we decided to start calling them that, but I'm gonna blame it on the Confederates.
That's weird. I just always thought it was fried twice, and I'm glad that
You know, if anything, Casey, when you and I get together and do a podcast, we learn something, you know?
Refried beans, cooked. It's recooked beans, actually, you know?
So it's been a while since we did one of these. The last episode of The Brew went up on April 19th, 2020. If you don't know what The Brew is, it's a podcast that Casey and I used to do called The Morning Brew. We did it like pretty much every week. We missed a couple here and there for holidays and stuff, but for like a year and a half. But we're moving it on over to here. It's pretty much going to be the same show. You won't even notice a difference. But Casey, I feel like right away you should update the people on that novel you've been working on for half of your life. You know what I mean? Like you talked about, I think in every episode of the podcast when we did the Morning Brew, we kind of update and like see where we were at with it. But now, a year and a couple months after we ended the brew, do you have an announcement to make, Casey?
I mean, it's done. It just got finished. Like, I mean, I just finished it a year and 1 month later after I told Corey it was gonna be done. It is now done.
Oh yeah, my birthday.
Yeah. It's
been a year and a half since the brew's been done, but it was a year prior to that for my birthday in May.
Well, yeah, because you wanted it done. Okay, and then I said it was going to be June, and I just finished it. It's done. It's 876 full pages long.
Single space Times New Roman or what?
Single space, you could probably call it Times New Roman, yeah. I don't usually use Times New Roman because it's too sans serif-y for me, you know? Or too serif-y for me, you know?
So you were telling me before the podcast started, you went and got it actually physically printed?
Well, I was gonna go get it printed, but I don't have way two staples. So I just got it. Like I ordered it offline, and
so they're shipping it to you?
Yeah, I'm getting it shipped in 10 days, around the 13th, unless it gets lost in the mail. But yeah, I ordered 2 copies for $160. Actually, came to like $180.
And what is your intention to read through it and like use a highlighter or something and highlight things and change things, or is this just like to stand on its own?
Well, I printed a second copy because I'm going to give it to a buddy of mine to read because he's wanted to read it. So I'm going to give him a copy because I know he likes reading like on everybody kind of likes reading on physical copies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I plan on like reading through it just with red pen until I get to the point where I'm like, just need to sit down in front of the computer and do this.
Yeah.
I get to a point every time where I'll read my work like on a Kindle or on a physical copy and then get to the point where like, I don't want to transfer this onto the computer. Like I can just do this on the computer.
Yeah, but I feel like printing it physically though like gives you the opportunity to like, you know, you've talked about wanting to like go to the park and like work on stuff like screens, this battery, like that, whatever. You can take that physical paper, you know, copy of it, take it to the park or something and just sit there with a red pen and just like read through it. You know, you can take that thing with you anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
It travels with you.
That's true. Yeah, like I don't need my computer with me at all times to do it. So, and just having it as a physical copy just kind of makes it real, you know?
Yeah.
It's either going to make me terrified of it or going to make me super excited when I see 876 pages sitting in front of me. I'm just probably going to there's someone that lives here in the building that I'm going to like contact and get a hold of, and hopefully he like takes it and doesn't throw it back in my face and be like, Casey, this is fucking garbage.
Have you told him how long it is?
No, I talked to one person in my building here, and like we've been talking about like David Foster Wallace and Infinite Jest, and like he made a joke. It was like, as long as it's not 700 pages long, and I was just like,
little Z, no, dude, it's more. Well, I mean, technically, it's not 700 pages. It's 876.
Like, hopefully, I know like when I edit it, it's gonna be shorter, but
yeah,
probably not 700. Probably not under 700 pages.
And you said that you're just going to pull it out of the binder and just throw it into the air.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw it, give it back to nature, you know?
You know, just crumple all the pages and put them in your bathtub and just fucking soak in it.
Just fucking
piss and shit all over it, you know what I mean? Just like live in it. Just live in it.
Paste it all over my room. It's like becomes the wallpaper of my room.
Yeah, exactly. You were just talking about how the wall behind you is super bare.
Yeah,
just cover it. Just
novel.
cover it. The only way to read it is to stand in your room and just read page by page, and then you take a step to the right and then you read the next page. Back in the day when my friends and I used to record just like jackass videos for fun, we did one thing where, you know, and it's one of those things where when you get older you realize just how wasteful and stupid you were as children, but like we just got like reams of paper from Staples or Walmart or somewhere, and we called it Cloud 9 was the name of the skit, and we just drove as fast as we could down a back road, and like we got in front of the camera, just threw all the paper out of the window so it went and made like a cloud. And like looking back, it's just so stupid because we were kids and we were dumb, and it's like we didn't pick that paper up. Like that paper just like, you know, it's just everywhere. We not only was it wasteful, but it was well, it was just wasteful.
Being a kid's fun, you know. It's a funny and fun time.
So what other games you've been playing, books you've been reading, what hashtag content have you been consuming, Casey?
Hashtag content. I've just been playing. I played Biomutant recently. Mm-hmm. I've been playing Chivalry with the boys. I've been playing the new Ratchet and Clank, obviously. That's fantastic. I need to get back into watching shit because I've watched it for so long and then I just fell out of it. But I haven't really been watching anything. I've just been reading.
It's you know, it's the age old same thing that we've always had in this podcast where like I send Casey a show, I send Casey an album to check out, and like, you know, 6 months from now maybe you will listen to the Tyler the Creator album. One day you might, but you know, it's been 2 weeks now, and have you yet? Nah, you haven't.
I'm so bad with that stuff, dude. Especially like back in the day. I didn't realize that like having Apple Music or Spotify would be like a curse as well, because back in the day, a new album comes out, you go on the site and you pirate the fuck out of that album, and it's the only album that you had, and it was new and you listened to it, but now
so now it's just too easy. It's too easy for you.
And I also have everything there. I have everything. So like I don't have to like just listen to the one album I pirated or listen to like I can just listen to literally anything. And it just like becomes this
you
rabbit
need limitations.
hole. I do.
Here's what you do, Casey. From now, you need to buy yourself a little iPod Nano, and you're just gonna only put like 4 things on it. And then when you go to work, you leave your phone at home. So when you're there, you're like, "Fuck, I have no other choice but to listen to these things that I want to listen to."
Exactly. And then even like I have audiobooks, I have Twitch I can pay attention to. There's so many things.
That's me, dude. It's like so many times I sit down in front of my TV, like because I have Apple TV out in the living room, and I'll sit down and be like to watch a show, like a legitimate program, and who calls fucking TV shows programs? My grandparents do.
Getting old, you know?
Yeah. So I sit down to watch one of those, and like, do I end up on Twitch or YouTube? Absolutely. You know how many like dumbass videos of people like falling down I watch on YouTube? Stupid.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't know, and it just needs to be music is. I'll come back to music and listen to it like later on, but
yeah, I mean, I can't wait for maybe around Christmas time when you finally check out that Tyler the Creator album because it's really
and I've been meaning to because everybody's been talking about it, but.
Yeah,
I just get there's so many albums I ended up listening to the what is it, the Olivia Rodrigo album before
Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, all right, Casey, we're jumping notes right now.
I listened
down, dude.
Before I listened to anything, I ended up listening to Olivia Rodrigo before I listened to
bam. Here we go. Now, Casey, this is a podcast. I had a whole note ready, Casey. You jumped ship. Yeah. This is a podcast all about things we love and hate, and I just would like to point out how much I love that you have admitted to me that you fuck with Olivia Rodrigo.
I mean,
why don't you tell the people?
I don't know if I would necessarily, quote unquote, say I fuck with Olivia Rodrigo, but I saw her album, circulating the social media, atmosphere, and I thought I would might as well check it out. And it's not bad. I mean,
it's solid.
I expected to I expected to be way more like annoying pop. Like way more annoying pop in my ear, like
I think the difference
way more Taylor Swift and less like Phoebe Bridgers, but like I got a different vibe,
I think because what you're getting from her is 2 things. You're getting someone that writes their own songs, that sits down on a piano or sits down with an acoustic guitar and legitimately writes their own songs. And 2, you're getting the production from Dan Nigro of As Tall as Lions. You're not getting like a full-blown like pop producer, like Max Martin or something. Man. So you're getting like someone that wants to make legitimate music and not just like dance beat pop tracks. And you're getting someone that writes their own songs and wants to write like,
it was good. It was good. I got like Phoebe Bridgers vibes from. I'm saying her name right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank God.
How would you fuck up Phoebe Bridgers?
I don't know. I just something in my brain was just like you're saying it wrong.
Like how else could you have pronounced it? Phoebe.
I just thought I thought I was getting her like last name wrong. Like I thought maybe it would have been like not plural. For some reason.
Oh, you thought you just didn't know it. Okay, got you.
Yeah. But I got vibes from like her on her music and like less like just pop. Like it was good. It was good. It was really good. The lyrics were, I mean, as like
good enough, right?
As young as she is, like they were, right. They were good enough.
And someone that's clearly writing music that she wants, like, younger girls and like, 16-year-olds, whatever, to like relate to. You don't want to get too, too wordy with it, but like you keep things simple, but at the same time, clever in whatever. And, it's good. It's good.
It was good. It was good. I was surprised. I've listened to that before I listened to a lot of fucking music. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't make any sense, dude. You don't make any sense.
I don't make any sense.
Nothing you do makes sense. Nothing, you know it. I know it. The world knows it.
I've been trying to tell people this for a long time. I'm just a weirdo. It doesn't.
I can't. You are a big fan of Tyler the Creator. You know that you're gonna love that album, but who knows when you're gonna listen to it? But this random pop star that releases an album that you just look at the cover and say, "I'll check that out." None of it makes sense. It absolutely does not. You'll be turn on the TV and watch probably a random I don't know. What's the movie we used to talk about?
Cabin Fever?
Yes, oh my God, that's exactly what I was thinking of. You'll turn on the TV and watch a fucking Cabin Fever start to finish, but it took you how long to watch Atlanta? You know what I mean?
It's so true. It's so true.
It's like you can't help but consume trash.
I literally can't, dude.
It follows you until you're just like, fine.
I turn on the television, just watch whatever's on there.
Yeah.
And then
you turn on your TV and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna check out that Bo Burnham special that Corey told me to check out. You turn it on, but as soon as you turn it on, there's a Transformers movie on, and you're like, fuck it.
Might as well,
It's already here, and Megan Fox is in it, so fuck it, I guess I'll watch it.
It's not even like a conscious decision to watch it. It's just I stare into the screen and just watch it.
The remote's on the other side of the room, and you're like, god damn it.
I start thinking
I guess I'm watching Transformers for 2.5 hours.
Just start thinking about the movie and a level of like Cabin Fever was just why? That's what happens in those movies.
Open up a note in your phone and you do a whole analysis about just the movie and everything that's wrong with it.
Why is this movie even created? But here I am watching it.
Back to games though. As of right now, what do you think your game of the year is? You talked about Chivalry, Returnal, Ratchet and Clank, Biomutant. What do you think your game of the year is?
It's so early to say, but if I had to pick a game of the year right now, it'd probably be Elden Ring. That comes out next year. Shit. It'd probably be.
So hold on. We're doing two lists. We're doing game of the year so far. So the year's half over. As of June 30th, the year's half over. So game of the year so far, halfway in, and then tell me what you predict your game of the year will be by the end of the year.
Okay. Game of the year far is probably Returnal.
Nice.
Again, I think Returnal takes game of the year for me. The only problem that it had, which I think they might have fixed, is the game will crash and you lose your entire fucking run. And that's the only thing, but that game is fantastic. The way that they do the haptic triggers with the PS5 is better than any game I've ever played. It's better than Ratchet and Clank.
Truthfully, it just controls better than any other game. The jumping, the dashing, the shooting, everything feels perfect. And that leads into the news that came out last week that Housemarque is now a PlayStation studio.
Yeah,
PlayStation finally was just all right, you're one of us now. You're a first party. Returnal was all that. It's Returnal was a test, Well,
Returnal
passed this test.
Yeah, Returnal was their first AAA kind of game too, because they were making indie style games before that. So.
And now just think with the money they've got from PlayStation now, being a first party studio, what they're gonna make next. That's awesome.
Hopefully it's not Returnal 2.
I don't think it will be. It seems like a standalone thing.
Yeah, but that's.
So what do you think?
And
by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, oh boy, there's a lot of games coming out. There's a lot of games.
There's only one correct answer, and it's Riders Republic.
That's giving. It's gonna be a great game, but that's giving NBA game of the a 2K game of the year.
It's not gonna be. It's gonna be so much more than that.
I mean, it's gonna be a great fucking experience, but I feel so weird giving games like that game of the year.
I know, something that's just there's people out there that when Last of Us 2 comes out and it's this heavy story and there's so much that goes into it and actors and all this other stuff that's this huge performance, and then a game that's just I'm fucking with Riders Republic and doing triple backflips and hitting 360 whatever. It feels weird, but at the same time I think at the end of the year I gotta call it as it is, and it's what game that I get the most fun out of? It might be Riders Republic.
Because I was going to throw out stuff like Rainbow Six, Extraction or something like that. But in those games, I'm just going to say Elden Ring, Elden Ring is going to take Game of the Year for the second half of next year.
For me, it doesn't matter. I think my number one and my number two is going to be Halo Infinite and Riders Republic, and it just depends on how I feel come December. What order will go in.
Halo Infinite comes out too. Man, what the fuck is going? Why do they release everything at the same time? You know, and they want me to spend $300 on one.
They do, dude.
Fuck you.
They want you. They want you to run that multiplayer with me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I mean, you can just run it on your phone.
I can't spend $100 on NBA, $100 on Riders Republic, and $100 on another game. It's not going to happen.
Here's the deal, Casey. You get Xbox Game Pass, and you don't even have to buy any Xbox games. See, that's the thing. You just buy the console, and then you're in. And
don't they stay on Xbox Game Pass for like 2 months anyway, and then I'm going to have to buy them anyway?
The third party stuff. First party games will be on there forever. They never leave.
You know that Ubisoft is going to take Riders. I would get one. I'd start playing Riders Republic. 3 months in, Ubisoft takes it off, and I'm like the guy that
No. Riders Republic's not on there.
It would be on
Halo
there,
Infinite.
Though.
So Riders Republic, I don't know if it's going to be because
games on there?
So I mean, it depends on if they strike a deal with Ubisoft, but Ubisoft has their own $15 a month service where you get all the Ubisoft games. So
no. So, this isn't turning into Hulu. This isn't turning into Hulu, guys. Nope.
Casey,
that's what it's coming to. That's what it's coming to, dude.
The world is Hulu, dude.
It's coming to Netflix. It's coming to Netflix and Hulu, and I'm going to start paying services for my games now.
Yeah. First, you're eventually going to have to pay to watch your Twitch streamers. So you're going to have to pay per game. So it's like, oh, you want to watch Riders Republic? Yeah, it's $15 a month if you want to watch.
Subscriptions are literally going to be mandatory now. It's going to be like you need to pay. It's not a free service anymore. You need to subscribe.
Mm-hmm. You can't even go buy a burger at McDonald's, or else you're gonna have to like subscribe to McDonald's, and then you can go and get your food from there. Yeah. Everything you gotta subscribe to everything.
You get free food, but you just have to subscribe to McDonald's to get it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I go to McDonald's maybe once a month, like if I'm desperate, and it's like I'll spend $5 to $10 there. So it's like if I buy this membership, where it's it's $10, but you can eat there all you want. It's like one, I don't think I'd get my money's worth, and two, if I did, it means I'd get fat as fuck.
Would get fucking unhealthy as fuck.
Because it's on my way home. I'd pass by it every day, and I'd be like, well, it's free, and I just pull in there every day.
We can't say this kind of stuff. We're putting ideas into the atmosphere that don't need to be there. Okay.
The McDonald's CEO is listening, just like a
McDonald's. Yeah, they're like, this is actually a pretty great idea.
It's already started. Panera Bread. You can do like a $5 a month for unlimited coffee. So you just pay your $5 every month in your subscription, and then you get your free coffee.
Sounds pretty fantastic. I might go
sign up. That's what I'm saying, dude. And you get the first 3 months for free. But the thing is, like, you'd have to live near a Panera Bread for it to really be worth it. Like, I have to go out of my way to get Panera.
Who lives near a Panera Bread, you know?
Nobody. Panera Breads are in like plazas, and somebody live in a Target? Come on.
Yeah.
If you sleep in Target every night, then wake up across the street and go to Panera.
So I could see someone like if they worked like in the Verizon or the GameStop there, I could see them, like getting that. But
sure.
That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be awesome.
So speaking of 2K, you mentioned it a second ago. How you feeling going into 2K this year? We got a little burned by 2K20 this year. It was kind of a janky mess. The idea the city was the foundation for what we're going to get in the future. Do you think that they will progress on the city in a positive way that's going to make it more fun, and they'll get rid of all the bugs, and you think it's going to be like a decent game, or is it going to be worse, or is it going to be the same? It's going to be better, dude. They're going to fix it. They're going to fix it.
Do I even have to answer that question?
Listen, they don't even have to like make it any different. All they need to do is just fix it. Like just fix the game, make it work. I mean, then just like up the levels in the city. Give us 250 people cap in the city, and then just fix all the things that are broken and call it a new game, and that's it. And I think they could have done that in a year,
I honestly think if you took affiliations out, cut the city in half, you could still have it. It would still be great. Like, I don't need the city that size. Like, you could literally cut the city right down the middle, take out all of, like, one side, and, like, put, like, just condense the courts that you have.
Here you go. Here, Casey. We had the neighborhood, and then we had the city. The neighborhood's a little small, the city's a little big. Give me the cul-de-sac. You know what I mean? Give me a little cul-de-sac.
The town, yeah. Yeah, the cul-de-sac. Yeah. Like,
where it's just like a few houses, you know what I mean? In the back, there's a couple courts that we play on. Like, I don't even need a big ass city with all these lights. Give me something scrappy. You know what I mean? Give me a skate park and an old rickety ass basketball court next to it.
I think it's cool having the city if it works.
Yeah.
Very, very, that's a big one. That's a big one. But I love having like the different courts all around the city. But like I think you could condense them, make them closer together. I don't want to have to ride around vehicles to get to my fucking destination.
Unless they give us cars, Casey. We hop in a car, we close the door, we can just drive to it, and then we're getting in accidents with other people. Like, just fucking make it Fast and Furious. NBA 2K22 Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, yeah. You can drive.
Let me hit the Nas, and I hit a ramp, and I fly up into space. Because apparently, Casey, in the new Fast and Furious movie, at one point they're in space.
Nice.
That's where those movies have gone to space.
Nice. To space, yeah. I expected it. Who's watching those movies going, man, I can't wait for that?
So many people, dude. So many people. The Confederates. I am calling it out. 2K will get announced next week. 2K Intel actually posted a leaked advertisement for the game, and it looks like the release date is September 10th. So we have a week with Riders Republic until 2K comes out. I was worried it was going to be the same day. It's looking like we'll get a week with Riders Republic, and then 2K will come out the week after. So we don't have to load up on them on the same day. Also, do you think
you I swear to God, and listen to me right now.
What?
2K, listen to me right now. This is my last fucking one.
Okay.
If I get fucking burnt this time.
Okay, dude. Okay.
If I get fucking burnt this time, dude, it is over.
No,
I am so close.
You'll be so done with it up until the week before the game releases, because this is how it always goes. The week before the game releases, when they release the city trailer, the neighborhood, whatever the fuck they call it, they release that, and you see all the bikes and skateboards and all this, and you're like, fuck, I'm gonna buy it, aren't I?
It actually will come down to, like, because this has happened to me before. We got burned on, I think it was like 2K19. It was one of the years it was really bad, and I did not go back to play it. But as soon as the fucking new one came out, and as soon as I saw Rogar and you playing it together, I was over there playing. I think, what did I buy? I bought another game, and I just got. Oh, it was Spider-Man. I bought Spider-Man on the same day that 2K came out, and I was just like, I'm gonna buy this fucking game.
Yeah,
I didn't even want to. But yeah, I probably will. I'll probably end up fucking buying it next year.
So, Olan, we also have EA Play coming up in 3 weeks, and I think this is the year that they're bringing back Live. I think they're going to bring back NBA Live. They've got their own version of like the neighborhood where you can make your own guy, go through the thing, face other people, and I think that they'll release it in August to get ahead of 2K to try to like be like, yo, this game's out sooner, play this one, and then hopefully they'll think people like really like that and not even bother with 2K. I think this is the year. I think we're gonna get Live this year.
Give us as many basketball games or many sports games, because I'm starting to realize that, like, I don't think you can make a good sports game. You know, they're all gonna have their own. They're all gonna have their flaws. You're gonna have to deal with them.
They're also never going to please everybody. Everybody plays them for different reasons and like wants different things. Like, I loved when they had the city, because like I love a game like Grand Theft Auto where I can just like make a video of us just messing around and doing this and skateboarding, and then we go play a game and whatever. And other people just want to like match make and just get in and play a game. They don't want to like run around and do other things. Where like I want to feel like I'm in a world. So everybody wants different things. So you're never going to please everyone.
And I think I'm glad I'm not more popular, because I would be fucking ruffling feathers with this one. But I think the NBA 2K community is like some of the fucking most bipolar fan base in the entire. They were
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they don't make sense. They'll
talk shit about a game that while it's out, but 2 years later they'll be like, "Man, 2K19 was one of the best 2Ks of all time."
They literally spent 2 whole years talking about how they don't want the pie charts anymore. They don't want the builds. They want to do anything they possibly can with their build. 2K gives them that ability, and then they just trash on it and go back to the game that has
Bring back affiliations. Bring back affiliations. All right, here's affiliations. Yeah, but not like that though.
It's like, make it more arcadey. Make it so I can do everything with my character. They do it. Okay, but not like that though. I don't
like the main thing that I really want from a 2K game is I want unranked and ranked matches. I want to be able to go play in the park where like just a certain set of courts that are over there that are all unranked. So like we're not worrying about like, you know, our win-loss record like changing or anything. It's just for practice. It's just for fun. We won't really get mad if we lose because it literally means nothing. And
yeah, that's how I want to rewire my brain so I don't get mad when I lose.
That's like unranked matches. Like there's something in the back of our brains that doesn't like when you see like, oh, I'm 2-24 in the park. Like it's bad because other people look at that, they see that, and they won't want to play with you.
But you
give us unranked where like those numbers don't matter and they don't exist, and everybody will just be playing for fun.
Yeah, but you need to play like, I don't know, like you need to play a certain way. Like that's like what I noticed with like NBA is like those online games, like they just become battle royales at that point. Like everyone's searching for the meta. They do the same exact.
Don't stop it. You cannot mention battle royale or talk about 2K. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do a 2K battle royale, dude.
It's just like, well, everyone's just taking advantage of the meta and what's going on in the game, and I'm just like, I can't even do that. I just want to play the game like it's normally played, and people don't even play it that way, you know.
Do you think this is the year that they introduce women in the game? You know, they were their separate mode last year. They couldn't get them to work right and like be the same like type of character. You think this is the year that you're able to create women and like be in the city together?
I think you might be able to create somebody maybe on the WNBA section that they had, but I don't know. Separate? I think the people are just like way too up in arms about like. They want to talk about the realism when it comes to women, but they want their characters to be able to do everything in the game. I don't know.
And have you seen some of like the PC characters where people have like fucking 10-foot arms and stuff that are out there playing? Like, come on.
just put them in. Just let me make a woman character and let me dunk on everybody. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? You're playing in a city that's closed off. It literally has no name. You're playing in a fictionalized city. Like,
I didn't realize that there was no name. It's just like, the city, and here's a bunch of basketball courts around a city. It's like a city made for basketball. And you're talking about realism. It was like a 2K19 and 2K20 where it was like a walled off like area where there's a bunch of basketball courts in the middle and just shops in a square. Like there's not even an escape. There wasn't even an exit. Like you were trapped in there.
You couldn't get out, dude. They threw you into a fucking basketball prison at that point.
Either way, like I think it's at this point it's nostalgic every year. When 2K comes out, it's when fall is about to hit. Things are getting cooler out. Summer's over, and it's like I don't think I can never not get it. No matter what they do, I'm committed, and they've got me. You know what I mean? I'm a sucker.
Yeah, I end up spending way too much money on it, and it's just gonna absolutely. Yeah, it happens.
All right, Casey, I feel like it wouldn't be a podcast of ours if I didn't give you a Buzzfeed quiz. So the one I got for you today is I'm going to have you build a salad to find out which it girl you embody. All right?
Which it girl
you embody.
Nice. Hopefully I get Kendall Jenner.
You might have just called it, dude. Okay, let's go.
I always do though.
You embody her, dude, or she embodies you. Whatever.
I think I do actually.
Okay. Pick your base: arugula, iceberg lettuce, Chinese cabbage, romaine lettuce, mixed greens, spinach, kale, or Brussels sprouts. I feel like Brussels sprouts aren't a salad. Like that's just Brussels sprouts at that point.
Say that again. Yeah, some of these are
arugula, iceberg lettuce, romaine lettuce, mixed greens, spinach, kale.
Maybe romaine. Romaine lettuce sounds
Let's go with
pretty
romaine,
good.
dude. Let's go. Add a veggie: carrots, radishes, tomatoes, corn, cucumbers, jalapenos, green onions, bell peppers.
Jalapenos sound pretty good.
All right, Casey, you like jalapenos. Okay, more: cherry tomatoes, broccoli, peas, banana peppers, asparagus, green beans, celery, mushrooms. Cherry tomatoes, broccoli, peas, banana peppers, asparagus, green beans, celery, mushrooms.
Probably maybe
I swear to God.
peas or green beans.
No cherry tomatoes, dude. It's cherry tomatoes.
Maybe tomatoes are just I'm not a really big fan of tomatoes.
If you want to throw peas or green beans on a salad, dude, go ahead. You're gonna get that's like such a unique thing to pick that you're gonna get the perfect answer for you. You know what I mean? So go ahead. Just say it.
Maybe cherry tomatoes.
It's cherry tomatoes. You gotta have that pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. That's true.
Cheese: blue cheese, Gouda, cheddar, mozzarella, Parmesan, goat cheese, Swiss brie.
You always save the cherry tomatoes for the last thing, though, and you always are just you always never want to bite into them. You're just you push them
always
off.
Want to.
Push them
it's
off
like when
to
you,
the side.
It's like when you get boba teas and you have that fucking boba and you just get to pop it in your mouth and feel it burst like that. Yeah, dude.
Some people are different. I like to swallow the boba whole and get medical conditions later on the line, you know?
Nothing like passing bobas, you know what I mean? He's just sitting on the toilet pooping like a rabbit.
Okay, go through the cheeses again.
Yeah. Blue cheese, Gouda, cheddar, mozzarella, Parmesan, goat cheese, Swiss brie.
Swiss cheese is pretty good, but goat cheese?
Goat cheese? If you have goat cheese, you get goat cheese.
They didn't have feta cheese?
No feta, dude.
Feta would be pretty good. Oh.
Anything but blue cheese. Pick one.
Blue cheese would be disgusting. Swiss
cheese.
Fuck
that. Swiss cheese. Attaboy. Yeah, you get that Swiss on there.
Swiss is
good.
Swiss is good.
You like the holes in that cheese, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Suppose it has a the bitter taste kind of, you know.
Do you want any dressing? Vinaigrette, balsamic vinegar, Thousand Islands, French dressing, lemon vinaigrette, honey mustard, Caesar dressing, or sriracha?
This is gonna sound cliche as fuck, but I am a Thousand Islands guy. Yeah.
It's a good dressing, dude.
I'm from Thousand Islands. I like Thousand Islands. Has nothing to do with.
This is like the stuff you sprinkle on the top. You know what I mean? You've got all the things that you're gonna eat, and this is just like to top it all off. You want sunflower seeds, pine nuts, pomegranate seeds, croutons, olive oil, or peanuts.
Croutons,
grilled chicken or tofu. I guess there was more.
Croutons. I mean,
croutons.
Grilled chicken does sound damn good, but
you're at the salad bar, Casey, and at the end of the road, they say you can have one more thing, and there's croutons and grilled chicken. What are you picking?
I say, what? I can't have two. I paid for the salad bar. They say the salad bar comes with 6 toppings. You know what I mean, and you can only pick one more. This is a subscription service. You can only pick one more. I'm going with the croutons. I'm going with the croutons. I can't.
So I'm pretty disappointed right now.
Don't tell me what I got.
No, because I don't know who this is.
Who is it?
It says Cassie Howard.
I don't.
Which is funny. Cassie. You know what I mean?
She's an it girl.
You are misunderstood, as people often don't see who you really are. You are sensitive and fall in love easily.
Jesus.
Let's look up who Cassie Howard is, Casey. We gotta get to the bottom of this.
Right now. Go to her
Cassie
Instagram.
Howard. Oh, she's from Euphoria. She's a blonde girl from Euphoria. Oh. You watched that show?
Yeah, I didn't even know what her name was, though.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's who you embody, Casey. That's her.
No fucking clue. Didn't even know she had a personality outside the show, you know?
Again, Casey, this is a podcast about all the things we love and hate, and you told me a story a couple weeks ago that I definitely did not like tell the people about your Nerf gun incident.
You mean when I got shot? Okay.
when you were shot walking down the street, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I woke up, it was like 10:30 at night, and I had like crossed the street, and I'm like in the middle of the parking lot across the street, and there's nothing to hide around in that parking lot, and it had to have been like a month ago by now, but like, yeah, I just get like hit in the fucking heart with a fucking dart, with a Nerf dart gun, with like a Nerf. I still have it too. It's like fucking a Nerf.
Oh, it's blue. It's blue. It's got a little orange tip on it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I've literally got one of those guns right over there that has the same.
It doesn't seem like it would shoot that accurate.
Oh,
whoever's shooting it is good. They're really good. With it.
Since I can edit this podcast, I can cut out the fat right here. 1 second.
They're pretty good with it, you know.
So this is the gun, right?
That little thing.
Yeah, but like, I don't know what the best way to do this is, but you know,
I could listen.
Just listen and look how fast. Ready? You know what I mean? There's a lot of juice in this thing. It shoots pretty hard. Ready? You probably didn't see that at all, did you?
Yeah, I mean, you could hear it hit with some force though. So, you could hear it hit
right here. See that bag? I'm gonna shoot it. You know what I mean? It's got some force. You know what I mean?
It does. Yeah. It's a little hand cannon. I could see why people would want to shoot it out of a window of a driving car.
Right. So you were just standing there, nothing in sight, and you just got hit by a dart. And then
I had my headphones on. Like, I did not hear anything. So
oddly
if someone
enough,
actually shot me with a gun, like, I would have been dead.
I know. So I'm scrolling. You tell me this story a week later. I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I see a picture of somebody just holding one of those darts in their hand. It comes from our friend Damien. And I see the description in his image, and it just says, I was walking down the street and I randomly got shot with this dart. This is two different occurrences within our friend circle, people that we know. So how many people are out here on the streets of our town just getting shot up with Nerf guns? And what's happening? What is the point? What are they doing? What are they trying to achieve?
Just having fun, I guess.
But is this being recorded? Is there a TikTok that we have not found where somebody is just shooting random people with Nerf guns on the street, and you are both in one of those videos?
Oh, I'm definitely in a video yelling to like the sky, being like, "Did someone just shoot me with a Nerf gun?"
You didn't even like address it to the person. You address it to just the universe. Just like,
I literally, there was nobody around, dude. Like, if anything, like, you think like they would be somewhere, like some sort of signifier or some sort of, like, you know, but there was nothing around. Like, they hit me and they were
those
gone.
TikTokers, man, they're professionals. They're not gonna get caught.
They were gone.
Professionals.
I'm just so used to things happening to me like that at this point on the street. It's just,
yeah.
I got hit with a Nerf gun, and I just looked down and just kept walking to work.
All right, so that's what's happened to you, Casey. So something else that I hate. Let's play a game called It's 2 Years Later. If you were a listener to the Morning Brew, you remember the story about the rat in my basement 2 years ago that was making its way up into my house. My wife's terrified of them. Took a long time to get rid of it. We finally did. But let's play a game called Guess What the Fuck Was in My Basement This Time. Because here I was, Casey. I was just over in this room right here, my little office studio room, just sitting crisscross applesauce over here on the floor, just sorting through my Pokemon cards, you know what I'm saying? Just like organizing them like a little nerd dork boy does. And I'm hearing something in my basement. And I had plans that day, you know. I was going to go out and mow the lawn. Then my wife and I were going to barbecue outside. Like, it was a whole thing. And I hear something moving around in my basement that I know is abnormal. I know it's a thing. And it's loud. Like, I hear it like making a bunch of noises where I thought legitimately it was a person. Like, I thought somehow somebody had snuck into my basement and I had to go address this. But I was too afraid to like actually go in there because I did not know what it was. And it sounded like loud. It was making a lot of noise. So I did what any 31-year-old would do, and I called my dad. It was just like, yo, something is in my basement. Not sure what. I'm not saying that you need to come over here right now. I'm just saying be on standby because I do not know what's about to go down. Then I call my wife and I'm like, she's on her way home. And I'm just like, just so you know, I know you're afraid of like rats and stuff. So I just want to make this clear right now that there's something in our basement, but I don't know what it is. And as I'm on the phone with her, I look through the window and I see we have these poles like that, like pillars basically that hold up like basically the whole floor or whatever.
Yeah,
and I see something hanging upside down on one of them, and it's a goddamn squirrel, Casey. Somehow a squirrel had found its way into my basement, and I did not know. Like, so I tell my dad, and he's just like, well, we'll set a few traps, whatever. And like, I don't love the idea of like just like setting a trap and killing the things. I did not want to kill it. I would like to just get it out. But it was impossible because it would run. Squirrels are like crazy and they run around and they're nuts.
Yeah, they don't want to fucking, they don't want to get near you at all. Yeah.
But my dad sets a bunch of traps and I decided to set up the camera in my basement so I can see what's going on down there. And this was the smartest squirrel I've ever seen in my life. This dude knew what the trap was. We put peanut butter on it, but he knew that he needed to like set it off first. He would walk up to it, go like this and keep putting his paw like inside of it until it would go off. Then he'd back away and then walk up and eat the peanut butter off of it. He was the smartest thing. He was the smartest thing I've ever seen. Then he would go to the next one and just like kind of do this, like keep putting his paw until it went off, back away, and then eat the peanut butter on it. So I go and I buy one of those. This is the next day. This is going on forever because at night the squirrel just went up into the floor and just slept. He just slept through the entire night. The camera didn't go off the entire night until about noon every day was when he would come back out. So I go and I buy a live trap. This is like day 2 at this point, day 3. I don't even know. I buy a live trap from Ace Hardware to try to like catch him and go release him. And I'm setting it. He would crawl in super, super slow. The thing would start to go down to close him inside of it. And he'd immediately turn around and run out. His tail would get caught in it and he would run out immediately. And I tried it like 3 different times and he kept getting out of it and kept getting out of it. Day 3 or 4, I finally just decide I'm just going to open the door. Because my wife didn't want me to just like leave the door open and go about her day because she didn't want something else crawling in. Because we get chipmunks and everything else all over the place. And if we just keep getting more and more animals in there, awful. So I just decided I'm going to open the door, but just stand around the corner and just watch it and wait for it to come out. And sure as shit, that thing just walks its way right out, looks around, and it's just like, oh my God, I'm free, and runs off. I round the corner, I see it like meeting up with another squirrel, and they're like playing with each other, and it runs away. Here, I think it's over. You know what I mean? I think, here we go. We got the squirrel out. It's done. Until the next day, around noon. When I swear to you, Casey, that squirrel fucking came back. The squirrel came back into the house. And like, I think we've checked the house over 1,000,000 times. We've looked it all over. There is not a single hole. There's no way that the squirrel can be getting in. We don't understand it.
Fucking Sly Cooper over here, dude.
Eventually, I think we found out how. But like, this one specific squirrel knew the way to get in. It's the only way in, but he figured it out. And he remembers like, there's fucking peanut butter in that basement. So we kept coming back. So
you're fucking feeding me, dude. I'm going.
Day 5, whatever it is, I try it again. I open the door, I hide around the corner, he sneaks right out. And I'm like, okay, we're good now. And then he comes back again. Like he's there a 3rd time.
Dude, he just wants like, food, man.
I know, but it's just like...
What if you just put food out front? I mean, that would attract more
right, but he's going to keep coming back because he knows that like we've got stuff down there. But like, the problem is that the last day that he came in there, he started making a bunch of noise. Like, it was very, very loud down there. There was scratching and all other shit. And I started to get worried. I'm like, dude, this thing is going to like actually like cause damage to my house, whether it's like wiring in something or get into the air vents. Like, I don't know. But he was up to no good down there. So, like, I am sad to report that we ended up having to kill the squirrel. Like, the end result is my dad had to get, like, this trap that he uses up at his hunting camp for muskrats or something that basically just, like, you know, it prongs this thing right through the center. And yeah, we had to get rid of that thing. I'm not proud of it. I gave this squirrel 3 chances to escape on his own freely, and I wanted that to be it. But
I always think about this as if it was a human, you know? I gave him 3 fucking chances.
But a human, I could look in the face and just explain it.
We fed him 3 times, and he came back, and we just had to guillotine him.
Yeah, it's like, it was like, man, I didn't want to do it, but like if he started causing damage that was going to cost me like thousands of dollars or something, it's like, I can't do this. I can't keep doing this every day. And like, you know, that rat made it up into our kitchen at some point once it eventually found the way. So that way exists, and did not want this squirrel to find that way. So if he was just going to keep coming back, we had to solve the problem. And I think we figured out where it's coming in from. There's like a little broken like brick on the top of this chimney in the back of my house that we don't use this chimney, but it's like up in the back of my house, and I think he was just like inching his way in like fucking Mission Impossible-ing his way down the entire chimney and then getting in there because he didn't have a way out. He was stuck in there unless we opened the door for him. So it must have been something so crazy where he couldn't get out the same way he came in.
That's probably why he was making a shit ton of noise, is because he just got panicked that he just couldn't get out at that point, you know?
Yeah, because like he just at that point, about like day 4 after release, walking out through the door multiple days, he's just like, oh yeah, when I want to go out, I just scratch at the door and they let me. Like he's a dog that has to go pee, and we just open up the door and let him go. But yeah, I wanted to record this podcast a week ago, but it's like every day I'd have to come home and deal with this. Like it was in our house again, and I had to figure out which way I'm going to get it out today. And I had to do what had to be done. And I'm not proud of it.
Sucks, you know, sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes you have to be a murderer.
Sometimes you gotta murder it, I guess.
So one last thing that I absolutely fucking hate, Casey. In the show notes, there's a link to a trailer for a new show coming to Netflix called Sexy Beast. I'm going to need you to click on that link so we can watch this thing together, Casey.
I want to get married. I want to have babies. Before I'm like 26, do you have health insurance?
Welcome to the strangest blind date ever.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
How you doing?
Could you fall in love with someone based on personality alone?
What is your ideal woman?
Personality, for me, is everything. Ass first, personality second. You're the best looking devil I've ever seen.
This is really weird right now.
How fucking stupid is this?
Cheers.
So I like your fin.
So what if I pick you and I'm not what you expect underneath? Oh my God!
Come to find out, they're all fucking babes, beautiful and hot.
Yeah. That's the thing. That when I was watching this, the only thing I could think of was like, we all know how shallow some people are. Like, you have to pick good-looking people to be on this show because, like, imagine how terrible it would have been where, like, all of a sudden this person takes their mask off and they're just like, oh no, like, you know what I mean?
That's the point of the show, though.
Yeah, but there's, you know, it's better on the inside than the outside, but like, people are so fucking shallow. I don't think you could trust it.
What are you telling? Is the moral of the show then? Like, is it just like showing people that we're super shallow? Because it's obviously not showing people that you could just pick from the personality. If everyone's super beautiful, it makes no sense. That's the thing. At
the end, they're just going to be like, oh my God, that's what you look like. Still hot. You know what I mean?
Imagine if, like, a person takes off their mask and the other person's like, ooh.
Yeah, like, you know, we had a good time. But I am not attracted to that. You know what I mean?
Put the mask back on. They put the dolphin mask back on.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I like this.
It just doesn't. It's like a weird. It doesn't really say anything about like picking people based on their personality. It says more of like what you said. Like, people are just shallow as fuck because. Mm-hmm.
Because you've still got producers that are picking the people that are going to be on this show. And, like, again, they're not going to, I don't know. I feel like they're only going to pick people that are going to be, like, you know, good looking enough for them to be, like, happy with seeing them in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Or, like, I don't know, like, you know, attraction is a certain part of, like, being with somebody. And you have to be attracted to somebody emotionally and physically. But I feel like, you know, I don't know. I don't think this works. This doesn't work.
There's better ways to like show that, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. It just it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Netflix
it just highlights the shallowness of people at that point. You know, I think it does.
Right. So you're gonna watch it.
Throw one unattractive person underneath that mask, and you'll see how shallow somebody can really get. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, why not?
You're gonna watch it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like
if there's anything we learned at the beginning of this podcast is Casey doesn't watch things of substance. Casey watches trash. So Casey just
lot of trash. It's like it's like I want things of substance, but I just watch a lot of trash. It's
surrounded by trash.
I don't know what it is.
Surrounded by trash, dude.
I don't know what it is.
Episode title: Surrounded by trash.
Surrounded by trash.
Not even surrounded. Like, what's the way that you just like you can't escape it? You know what I mean? It's just everywhere. It's just
It's exactly what it is. You know. Which is it's like what why would they even make a show like that? Like, what is the point of that?
I think it comes. I mean, you know the show The Masked Singer. I think it spawned from that. Like, this person's going to sing a bunch of songs. And we're going to love their voice, but we have no idea who they are. Then they're going to reveal at the end. They're like, let's do that, but for dating. The masked dating show. And then they just put them in these weird ass fucking dolphin costumes. Also, maybe they're all furries. We don't know. Like the end of it's just like, so I don't really love what you look like as a person, but I loved what you look like as that fox. So if you could just put that on, and then we'll just bang like that, like that'd be great.
If you just put that back on, that would be fantastic. Yeah.
Like I was actually super into the raccoon look, so like let's maybe go back to that.
Sexy beast. Jesus.
Sexy beast.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's it.
My God, dude.
All right, guys, that's all for this week. Check out www.rosemary.media for everything else we do. Subscribe to this channel for future episodes with Casey, Kevin, and everyone else that we do this shit with. And we'll see you next time. Casey, you got any words for the people?
No, not really.
It's nothing about small soldiers or.
It's a new show, so we'll find a new tagline.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to establish something new. You know what I mean?
We'll have to establish a new tagline. It's a new day.
You're no longer obligated to listen to Korn or watch Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers.
They're things of the past
anymore. Yeah. Exactly. It's going to be new. It's going to be something new. We'll
I can't wait.
We'll indoctrinate the people with.